Have you ever dreamed of a new life so vividly, but the closer you get to it, the more afraid you become to actually take the first step? The move I was supposed to be ready for. I've been telling myself for months that this year was going to be different. A new year, a new city, a new version of me. Texas has been my home for so long that it feels like it knows my footsteps. I know the streets, the grocery stores, the quiet places where I go when my thoughts become too loud. Everything here is familiar, maybe too familiar. I know exactly where everything is, from the coffee shop that knows my order to the park where I used to run when I wanted to think. It's comfort, it's security. New York, on the other hand, New York is a plan, a dream, a bold sentence I wrote in my journal one late night when I felt brave. I will relocate to New York this new year. I remember how confident I felt writing it, how exciting it sounded, how proud I was of myself for even thinking that big. But now the year has arrived, and my confidence hasn't. Every morning I wake up with two voices arguing inside my head. One of them says, "This is your chance, don't waste it." The other one whispers, "What if you fail? What if you're not strong enough?" I try to picture myself in New York, the tall buildings, the fast pace, the cold winters, the crowded sidewalks. Everyone seems like they already know where they're going. Everyone seems so sure. And me, I'm not even sure if I'm brave enough to pack my life into boxes. Some days I feel excited. I imagine new opportunities, new faces, new beginnings. I imagine becoming the woman I always said I wanted to be. Independent, confident, fearless. I picture myself walking down Fifth Avenue, sipping coffee in a small cafe, exploring corners of the city I've only ever seen in movies. Other days, fear sits heavy on my chest. It sits there like an uninvited guest that refuses to leave, whispering doubts into my ears. What if I regret leaving Texas? What if I feel lonely? What if I get there and realize I made a mistake? I haven't told many people how unsure I feel. When they ask me about the move, I smile and say, "Yes, I'm still planning." But inside, my heart is shaking. Some nights I even lie awake imagining my apartment empty, my belongings boxed, and the streets of New York cold and intimidating. At night, I lie in bed staring at the ceiling, asking myself the same question over and over again. Why am I so scared of something I've always wanted? It's not that I don't want it. I do. I've dreamed about this move for years. I've imagined the possibilities, the freedom, the new life waiting for me. But now that it's real, fear feels louder than hope. I realize that fear isn't just about failing, it's about letting go. Leaving Texas feels like leaving a version of myself that survived here. A version that learned to be strong, that built routines, that made memories with friends who became family. Leaving feels like erasing that life. And yet, staying feels like denying a calling. It feels like telling myself that dreams are safer on paper than in real life. It feels like shrinking when I should be growing. Yesterday, I sat at my favorite park, watching children play and couples walk by. The wind was cold, but the sun warmed my face. I thought about packing, about flights, about boxes and apartment tours. I imagined stepping off a bus in New York and feeling like a stranger in my own life. My stomach twisted with anxiety, but a small voice inside me whispered, "This is what you asked for. You can do this." Then it hit me. Confidence doesn't always come before the decision. Sometimes confidence comes after you jump. Sometimes courage comes only when you stare fear in the face and move forward anyway. I've started imagining packing one small box at a time. Just
one box today, then another tomorrow. Breaking it into tiny steps makes it feel less impossible. I walk around my apartment, touching familiar things, my couch, my window, the corner where I always sit when I need to think. I whisper goodbye to them, not forever, but for now. This new year isn't just about relocating from Texas to New York. It's about relocating from comfort to courage. It's about reminding myself that growth rarely comes without fear. It's about learning that being scared doesn't mean I'm not ready. I don't know yet what I will decide. I'm still confused, still weighing my fears against my dreams, still asking God for clarity. But one thing I do know is this. If I let fear make this decision for me, I may never forgive myself. And even though I'm not fully confident yet, I'm listening, I'm preparing, and somewhere deep inside, I know that when I finally take that step, the woman I've always wanted